Let me look at something. I remember this. Yeah. This is terrible.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
So what is it?
There's no agreement. He's pleading true.
Tario Richardson, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Present with your attorney, Mr. Dusler, and the state's attorney. There is a first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this? Can we proceed in a summary?
Yes, sir.
30th, 2023, earlier this year. You were placed on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury, a second-degree felony. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Number one, state you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office for the months of April 2023 and May of 2023 in violation of your probation order. Is that true or untrue?
Yes, sir.
Was he a absconder or did he? How long was he gone?
He only reported on his initial visit, which was March 1st of this year, and after that, he went off.
Never came back?
Never.
Is that true? The first one, and then that was it? You had 10 years of probation. You know, that's, if there's, the one thing you have to do is report. If you don't report, you're not on probation. You're not on probation. That's the only way we can supervise you. We can't, there's 5,000 probationers. We can't go out and search them and plead with them to come back. You've got a responsibility that you swore to when you were placed on probation right here. I will follow all the conditions of your signature. I will follow all the conditions, and I know this can be revoked for any violation. Just don't want you to be surprised with what happens next. Let me go to 5. You committed the offense of evading. 5, you committed the offense of evading detention on or about November 25th, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas, against the peace and dignity of the state. 1 or more violations of your probation, if found true by a preponderance of the evidence or greater, or enough to revoke this probation.
Yes, sir.
Your probation
Second.
can be revoked. You can now be found guilty, and you are looking at no less than 2 nor more than 20 years confinement in prison, plus whatever prison time you serve. You cannot be paroled until 1/2 the time of service has occurred, because there's a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, that was used in the commission of this aggravated assault. You shot somebody. Do you understand all of this?
Yes, sir.
Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today? Let me look at something. I remember this. Yeah. This is terrible. Go ahead, Steph.
The whole reason why I handed you that PSI is when I look back at that original charge that we decided to give this young man an opportunity.
Attempted murder.
It's just a huge disappointment when you give somebody an opportunity to succeed and all they do is thumb their nose at the court and basically choose to do whatever they want to once we placed him on probation. It was only because of the count number 5 where he was arrested there that he's standing before you right now. That charge of evading detention was when we actually were able to place him in custody and have him stand accountable for the failure to do anything really on probation other than report the first time. Based upon that, the state is suggesting a 10-year sentence.
You're looking at no less than 2 nor more than 20, right?
No, sir.
What do you say?
Would you explain to the court, as you were trying to tell me earlier, your explanation for what's happened here and why you did not report?
All right, now let's hear him blame everybody else and see what bullshit excuses he's going to use.
So at the time, I really didn't have a support system I needed, and I tried to find work, but I couldn't. And I know I was supposed to report, but by this being my first time on papers, I really didn't know. And I am expecting a daughter on January the 8th. Like, honest to God, truth, like, I finally found a job, like, I only worked like 2 weeks. It was like a fast food job, but I ended up coming here.
Any job is a worthy job to begin with.
I couldn't find work. And I was trying to find work.
That's not the point. The point is you didn't report, and everybody has to report.
I know
That's the easiest thing to do.
I know, but by this being my first time on paper,
No, sir. So, sir. No, I can tell you, you did it on your terms. You don't follow rules. Police,
So the charge that I'm on paper for?
police, yeah, don't interrupt the court. You get a chance to speak, but only one of us can speak. If we speak over each other, the court can't do her job. Police, in the middle of the day here in Beaumont, are called out to the scene of, a vehicle that has multiple bullet holes in the rear of the vehicle. The victim had been shot multiple times and was transported to the hospital for treatment. The victim stated while she was placing her child in her vehicle, a red Mercedes SUV occupied by you and two others, and began to fire rounds into the vehicle. Multiple shell casings were located at the scene. And the victim, I think, was a person who looks like they were 20 years old. How old was the child again? That was in the vehicle. It says,
I thought I had the right date, Judge, but that doesn't look accurate.
I'll speak.
no, I'm not through. You get to speak here.
Let me
You like
look,
to interrupt, don't you?
let me look up that detail for you, Judge.
The front passenger of the vehicle was you. You were in possession of a Taurus 9mm firearm. Apparently, the information and the investigation confirmed that you were the shooter in this incident, and you pleaded guilty to aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury. And again, I guess it was a miracle that a little child was not killed, that somebody else was shot.
I wanted to say that the child that was my nephew, and the only reason that I shot was because they shot at us first, and I had loved ones in the vehicle, and my nephew wasn't in the car.
What are you doing with a gun in the first place?
That was my aunt's.
No,
And
what are you doing with a firearm, sir?
I had no vehicle.
Why aren't you in school?
Sorry, Judge. Took me a minute. The child was 3.
Child was 3 years old. That would have been capital murder. That child would have been killed.
The,
You'd have had two choices: life without parole or death.
I would vote death.
the child.
That's how. Do you understand how serious this is?
Yes, sir. But the child was nowhere in the vehicle because when we pulled up.
So that's okay to shoot around town,
No, I'm saying,
shoot a vehicle,
no, I'm
and
saying
shoot a person.
before we got shot at. The child was already in the house because the woman took the child in the house.
How far did you
And
go in
that's-
school? Why weren't you in school on that day?
Because I'm not in
Huh?
school. I'm not in school every month.
Yeah, I know. Why weren't you in school on November 17th?
Because I don't attend school.
Because you don't. How far did you go in school?
11.
11, and you just quit.
Not necessarily, but you can say that.
Okay, I will. That's the way this results. I mean, in the middle of town, y'all are shooting up this town with people in cars, shooting people. A 3-year-old child was in harm's way,
It was only-
and you, number one, you shouldn't even be having a firearm. That's craziness. Number two, you don't shoot it at anybody in the middle of this town. And drive around shooting at people from vehicles. This is chaos. What's the probation office say?
The ones that he's saying are deceased, he told me that he just wasn't taking probation seriously. And now he wants to take probation seriously.
Fine. Go ahead. Anything else to add by anybody? You
Anything
may
else you
speak.
want to tell the judge?
I just wanted to say, I do realize I made a mistake and
Which time? Which mistake are you talking about? I see a bunch of mistakes.
both times, but I do want to say, if you allow me a second chance, I do want to complete papers and I will complete papers. And just, like I said, I made a mistake and I just want to do right with it and finish it. I will finish it if I'm allowed to.
What state's asking again?
10 years, Judge.
No, like I said, it was self-defense. They shot at us.
You know, what's odd is that's not what you pleaded when you pleaded guilty. You didn't take this. You could have gone to trial. You didn't do that. You insisted on pleading guilty to this, sir.
I really didn't know how to move forward with the case because I've never been in a situation like this before.
Anything else?
Yes, sir.
All right, there is sufficient evidence supporting this first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation to grant it by a preponderance of the evidence or greater. As allegations 1 and 5 have, you have pleaded true to, and thus the motion is granted and your deferred or unadjudicated probation is hereby revoked. And you were represented by Mr. Dusler here, who I can guarantee you informs people how to proceed. There's never a surprise. Finds you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this aggravated assault. And this involved the use of a deadly weapon, namely a firearm. And it states you pleaded guilty by shooting the firearm at the complainant, which she was shot several times. You were hereby found guilty of that offense. I now sentence you to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 10 years.
Excellent. But he should have gone for 20.
A deadly weapon, namely a firearm, will be placed on the judgment and it will be rendered affirmative finding.
Nah, the rest of it bleats on, so I'll cut it here. Anyway, next case. Ding ding.
For what it's worth, my client, assuming the court's okay with it, would like to apply for an.
I don't know about doing a time served. He just had one dismissed and he's back now, right again with another DWI, and it's a point and it's above a 15. I mean, really? We're still going to continue to do the same thing over and over and over? No. I know you're saying no, but here you are yet again. You had one dismissed, a year and a half ago. Now you're back on another one. It's above a 0.15.
If you got an occupation, the court could order some level of treatment, Judge.
He has to do treatment as part of it. So what we do is we'd have him T-RASed, but if I accept this, I'm sticking him with the fine. I'm not going to let him go without the fine.
Would you impose a fine on the probation?
No, talk to him. It's 4,500 as well, too. No, I'm sorry, 6,000. I need you to understand that in life, right, we're not going to continue to hope and pray that something bad doesn't happen. We sometimes have to take proactive measures to ensure. You just had one dismissed. You've now picked up another one. If I were to plead you to time served, another proverbial slap on the wrist, and now we're going to let you go out there and hope that you don't kill someone or maim someone or you don't pick up another one, No, that's like the definition of insanity, in wishing that something, over and over, just with a different result. No, this is proactive because here we can see what the issue is. We don't want you to come back with another DWI or much more kill someone, because look at the news. Every day someone dies from a DWI, and it's just not fair when it's so freaking preventable by one damn button on your phone. How much money have you spent on both DWIs so far, where one button and a $40 fee would have gotten you from A to B? You know what I mean? Sir. That's now what we have to do to intervene in hopes that you learn from this so it doesn't happen again. So you've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 1 year in jail, and this to be probated for 15 months. As part of this, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class, a victim impact panel, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what are the conditions you may need, if you need other conditions. If they assess them, you must fulfill them. No drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. Guardian interlock, 25 hours of community service, and a $100 one-time donation to Mothers Against Drug Driving. You have children.
No, but I have a 13-year-old brother that relies on me.
If he does a parenting class, then I'll consider the community service way. The idea, all we want is that you learn so that you, in 20 years, this has made enough of an impact on you that you think twice. Oh man, shit, that was such a bad experience. I don't want to do that again. It's either jail or it's a crap load of fines and fees. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you ever have a problem while you're on this probation, all you have to do is come back, let us know. We can work through anything. There's nothing too big, nothing too small. But the worst possible thing you can do is drive without a license or insurance, start using, or pick up another DWI. So you understand?
Yes, sir.
The other thing that if you just take off, abscond, that's also an instantaneous warrant. If you violate this probation, that's what we do. We issue a warrant. We have a hearing to determine whether you violated it. If you do, you're looking at an entire year. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You plead guilty to this offense. This is going on your record now. It'll be there for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. You ever pick up another one. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you now, you get pulled over. An officer, the first thing they do is they look at your record. They're going to see DWI, DWI. What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to harass and harangue the hell out of you? Every time you get pulled over. And if they smell anything funky, it's probably not going to go well. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above in this case?
It's true.
True to the enhancement. All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow this agreement. I'm going to send you to it. I'm not going to suspend your license now, but I'm going to tell you, can you look up his license, please, to see if it's suspended?
Judge, I'm sorry, I missed his name.
Arredondo.
It is not eligible, Your Honor.
Okay. So you will be signing a non-driving affidavit. If you drove here today, you are not allowed to drive home. Your license is suspended as of this time. If we catch you driving without a license, I'm going to lose it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not drive. You are required to have a guardian interlock, and every officer, because we send notice to DPS, every officer in the state knows if they pull you over and you don't have an interlock, you're going to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's for the traffic, right? That's why it's ineligible, right? So
I
traffic.
believe so. I took care of those yesterday. So.
Judge, I believe his license may be showing ineligible due to a traffic ticket. If we can get that sorted, can we come back and?
I'm okay with an occupational as long as he's in compliance, okay? The other thing is this, is he is now taking a subsequent DWI education class. DPS is probably going to suspend your license regardless because of a subsequent DWI education class, if you've already taken it. Did he do a diversion and it got dismissed? As part of the diversion, you have to do a DWI education class. Subsequent ones get your license suspended. So I would check with DPS first. Don't just start driving, when you take care of that ticket, because they're going to probably suspend your license again. And this time it may be like a 2-year suspension. I'm okay with an occupational as long as he's in compliance.
Yes, sir.
And he has an interlock first. Okay. All right. So we're going to have you meet with Shatoria for all your conditions, and then good luck to you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Waive the
Do us a favor, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.
Are looking for another episode that has all the boring stuff cut out and gives you just the good stuff, then hear a couple that may interest you. Enjoy.